So the season has been out for just about a week, and we finally got 1.3.1, the final iteration of the kind of first patch coming to the game, first real patch. So I want to dive into it, talk about a few things, and just talk about the season in general. For those of you that have been kind of enjoying it, or maybe not so much, let's talk about it. So recently I started playing this amazing RPG with intense PvP and PvE content while running dungeons. Fortunately for you, they just started an awesome limited time crossover. Raid Shadow Legends and Monster Hunter are colliding in this unique new collab, as you can see behind me. Be sure to use the QR code or the link down below, because this only lasts for a limited time. From January 9th to March 5th, you will be able to collect 5 different legendary champions based on the monsters from Monster Hunter, Rathalos Blademaster being one of them. Pretty sick looking character. You can even get this one for free by logging in for 7 days. The other 4 you can earn through various different events and methods inside the game, but that is not all. Raid has recently released the Cursed City, a massive new piece of content with over 100 stages to complete, and able to earn yourself a new mythical quality champion. If you're a new player though, be sure to use my link or scan the QR code to earn yourself this free starter pack worth a decent chunk, 32k silver, some XP brews, and a chicken. And once you're in, come say hi, join my clan, and I'll see you in game. So as you can see, 1.3.1 is planning on going live February 1st, and this is the final iteration of sort of things that they are expecting. There are a lot of bugs inside the game right now. If you've been playing this season, there's been all sorts of crazy things that have been going wrong. So that's obviously kind of a big focus. As you can see, the amount of bug fixes inside of this first patch, a lot of it has to do with just a bunch of things added with the new season and a bunch of things kind of not working as intended, especially with the companion here. So that's all good. I could sit here and go through all the different bug fixes, but honestly, I want to focus on the overall kind of theme of this patch note, which was essentially just overall buffing a lot of the Seneschal's abilities. That's like one of the big ones, but then also just reducing some of the difficulty in association with the vampiric affects and the suppressor affects. So you'd see here across all world tiers, especially world tier 4, the vampiric affects just massively reduced. So gonna help you out, especially in those situations where you think you're gonna kill someone and then boom, they just randomly full heal. Can be a little bit tricky. And then the suppressor affects, it's no longer always on. So it's pretty insane, especially for range builds. As someone who's been playing a rogue lately, this definitely helps out, because we are now in that ranged kind of area of the game. Obviously, it's still kind of melee focused where you're in the mix of things, but having the suppressor field no longer always on is a pretty nuts kind of idea. Definitely different from what we've experienced so far. The field can be canceled if the affix or the monster with the affix is CC'd as well. So if you are running any sort of build that can CC, if you have like grenades that proc frozen, or any sort of like, you know, knockdown, stuns, things like that, this is really going to enable a lot of different builds. You gotta fight through the suppressor field and the suppressor affects in general. They've also adjusted the layout in monster spawns for Cellar Dungeons and Nightmare Dungeon sigil tiers. Our sigils will now display the levels that monster will be for the sigils tier, so no, you know, math inside your head to figure out what monster level those dungeons will be. But to be honest, this doesn't really address what I was really hoping for from 1.3.1, which was at least mentioning the kind of bigger overarching problems with the season. Now, I think this kind of needs a whole video for it, and everyone's kind of provided their thoughts already since we're a week into the season. But I think for me, one of the big things was, while the companion was really cool idea, I think it's a really interesting idea. For me, at least, it didn't really hit the mark. I personally don't enjoy having the companion and having to manage the companion. I'd rather kind of just focus on my own personal character. I know that's kind of a concern I mentioned last week, which was, hey, if you enjoy having a companion by your side, this could be extremely fun, as well as those of you that kind of don't like companions, well, you're probably not gonna have a ton of fun. So that's obviously what happened here for me. On top of that, the kind of vaults and the traps and things like that, some of them are slightly punishing, and delaying any sort of moving through standard dungeons is kind of way past what we kind of wanted now. Most people are annoyed with getting delayed at any point, and so the vaults kind of are just delayed dungeons oftentimes, which really sucks for a lot of people. But on the bright side, regardless of those season kind of gripes, I guess you could say, there looks to be a brand new event. So this is going to be popping up in February 6th. We have the Lunar Shrines. So you're going to have a bunch of bonus XP, increased movement speed when you activate these Lunar Shrines. And you can see here both seasonal and eternal realm players can participate. You can see with the Lunar Shrines, you can slay monsters, just earn a ton of Ancestors' Favor, and then that Ancestors' Favor can be exchanged for various different rewards. So, a couple new cosmetics, a couple of new little events going on. More videos on this soon, but that's kind of where we're at in the state of Diablo 4 Season 3 here. I think that a lot of people are kind of done with the season at this point, which is kind of funny because that's similar to how Diablo 3 works, where season starts, people get to level 100, or they play a bunch at the beginning of the season, and then, well, they realize it's the same thing, and progressing your companion, progressing your dungeons, your nightmare sigils, it doesn't really appeal to a lot of people, so they kind of just, well, say, okay, I'm done, and move on. And I feel like that's exactly what's happened for season 3 for a lot of people, partially for myself as well. But more on that soon. Let me know what you think about 1.3.1 and the new event. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all for the next one.